India's independence. India got independence on 15th August 1947 from British rule. Before independence, India was a British colony, and during that period, our people have suffered a lot and have sacrificed their lives. People who have been born after independence must feel proud as they are fortunate to be born in an independent India. After independence, we got our own constitution and are able to enjoy our fundamental rights. We should all be proud to be an Indian, and we should admire our fortune to have been born in the land of independent India. From 1857 to 1947, history was noticed several revolutions and sacrifices of our great leaders and freedom fighters. We should not forget the sacrifices of all the freedom fighters like Mahatma Gandhi, Bhagat Singh, Chandrasekhar Azad, etc. We should remember the teachings of freedom fighters like Gandhiji's philosophy and should follow it in our lives. On this auspicious occasion of Independence Day, national flag is unfurled and national anthem is recited by people across the country.
Indian National Army was an armed force formed by Indian collaborationists and Imperial Japan on 1st September 1942 during World War II. Its aim was to secure the Indian independence from British rule. An important development in the struggle for freedom during the Second World War was the formation of activities of Azad Hind Fauj, also known as the Indian National Army or INA. The Indian National Army was formed from among the Indian prisoners of war with the aim of liberating India from British rule. In 1947, Subhash Chandra Bose visited Japan where he rebuilt the INA. He shaped it to be an effective instrument for the freedom of India. The INA had close to 45,000 soldiers in October 1945. Bose formed a provisional government that had been recognized by the Axis powers during the Second World War.
Good morning, everyone. Today I'm here to discuss about the topic Jallianwala Bagh Massacre. Jallianwala Bagh Massacre took place on 13 April 1919 at Jallianwala Bagh in Amritsar. Defense of Indian Regulation Act 1915 and Rolfe Act 1919 raised political and social unrest among Indians. Indian freedom fighters generally showed disagreement to the Rolfe Act. On 2 April 1999, protest leader Hansraj held a meeting at Jallianwala Bagh the next day. In April, the British government forced a curfew and then martial law in Jallianwala Bagh. The marshals suspended the communication and also prohibited public gathering. By the evening of 13 April, nearly 25,000 people had gathered at Jallianwala Bagh. Colonel Reginald Dyer did not try to peacefully disperse the crowd despite being aware of the gathering. Troops, on the order of Colonel Dyer, secured all the exits and started firing on the escaping protesters. Official estimates put the number of dead to 379, while in actual there were nearly 2,000 casualties. The bloodbath ended only after the British troops had exhausted the ammunition.
An unsung glimpse of Rani Abaka, India's first woman freedom fighter. The Portuguese controlled all the ocean trade in the 16th century with their superior ships and cannons. Many of the coastal Indian kingdoms fought fiercely over many generations, including small kingdoms of Ular in Karnataka, which was ruled by series of women rulers. Rani Abaka, who ruled Ular at the beginning of the 17th century, continued defying the Portuguese and trading directly with the Middle East. When the Portuguese captured a rich ship from Mecca, she planned a secret attack. On the dark night in 1680, her fishermen soldiers, the Mogaveras and the Mokals, got into the boat, sneaked in among Portuguese ships, and threw thousands of agrivas, fire arrows, and coconut torches to set the ship on fire. The Portuguese navy had to retreat with a heavy loss. To honor this bravery, in 2012, the Indian Coast Guard named a patrol vessel Rani Abaka after her. Now, based on this, let's have some quiz questions. Which kingdom did Rani Abaka rule?
Ulal.
That's the right answer. Second, against whom did Rani Abaka's army fought?
Portuguese troop.
Yes, that's the right answer. Now, last question. Where is Ulal situated?
Karnataka.
Karnataka.
Yes, that's the right answer. Thank you.
Good morning, all. Mahatma Gandhi once wrote, as grain is the body's food, so worship is the soul's. He who is convinced about the existence of the soul cannot live without worship. Prayer means the soul turning towards God. This is his prayer for peace. I offer you peace. I offer you love. I offer you friendship. I see your beauty. I hear your need. I feel your feelings. My wisdom flows from the highest source. I salute that source in you. Let us work together for unity and love. Thank you.
Celebration of independence called Azadi Ka Amrut Mahotsav. By celebrating this Amrut Mahotsav, we Indians will once again turn to pages of all history and know in details about all the important events, movements, and great revolutionaries during the freedom struggles. And due to this Mahotsav, we all have got the golden opportunity that we will also be able to know about the freedom fighters who are lost somewhere in the history. The great effort of our Honorable Prime Minister is highly commendable. The aim of the Amrut Mahotsav is that every citizen, children of India should know about all the incidents of freedom struggle during the Mahotsav. We should respect our freedom fighters and take a pledge to protect our motherland always. Jai Hind. Thank you.
Mahatma Gandhi was the leader who guided India towards independence. India was under the British rule for over 250 years. Gandhi's contribution to the Indian freedom movement cannot be measured in words. He, along with other freedom fighters, compelled the British to leave India. Let's look at Mahatma Gandhi's famous contribution to Indian freedom movement. First, World War I. Lord Chelmsford, the Viceroy of India, invited Gandhi to Delhi at a war conference. In order to gain the trust of the empire, Gandhi agreed to move people to enlist in the army for World War I. However, he wrote to the Viceroy and said that he personally will not kill or injure anybody, friend or foe. Second, Champaran. The Champaran agitation in Bihar was Gandhi's first active involvement into Indian freedom politics. The Champaran farmers were being forced to grow indigo and were being tortured if they protested. Third, Kedah. When Kedah, a village in Gujarat, was badly hit by floods, the local farmers appealed to the rulers to waive off the taxes. Here, Gandhi started a signature campaign where peasants pledged non-payment of taxes. Fourth, Khilafat movement. Gandhi's influence on the Muslim population was remarkable. This was evident in his involvement in the Khilafat movement. His role in the Khilafat made him a national leader in no time. Fifth, non-cooperation movement. Gandhi had realized that the British had been able to be in India only because of the cooperation they received from the Indians. Keeping this in mind, he called for a non-cooperation movement. 6. Salt March. Gandhi's Salt March is considered to be a pivotal incident in the history of freedom struggle. As a result, on December 31st, 1929, the Indian flag was unfurled in Lahore, and the next January 26th was celebrated as the Indian Independence Day. Then Gandhi started a Satyagraha campaign against the salt tax in March 1930. Thousands of people joined him and made it one of the biggest marches in Indian history. 7. Quit India Movement. During the Second World War, Gandhi was determined to strike the British Empire with a definitive blow that would secure the exit from India. This happened when the British started recruiting Indians for the war. This argument exposed the two-faced images of the colonizer, and within a half-decade they were out of the country. He believed in a single standard of conduct founded on dharma of truth and non-violence. He successfully led non-violent struggle against racial discrimination, colonial rule, economic and social exploitation, and moral degradation. So long as this manifestation of violence remain, Gandhi will remain relevant. We may never be strong enough to be entirely non-violent in thought, words, and deed, but we must keep non-violence as our goal and make strong progress towards it. So, these words of Mahatma Gandhi, that's all for today's special item. Thank you.
ऐ मेरे वतन के लोगों तुमको लगा लो नारा ये शुभ दिन है हम सबका लहरा लो तिरंगा प्यारा पर मत भूलो सीमा पर वीरों ने है प्राण गवाए कुछ याद उन्हें भी कर लो जो लौट के घर न आए जब घायल हुआ हिमालय खतरे में पड़ी आजादी जब तक थी सांस लड़े वो फिर अपनी लाश बिछा दी संगीन पे धर कर माता सो गए अमर बलिदानी जो शहीद हुए हैं उनकी जरा याद करो कुर्बानी जब देश में थी दीवानी वो खेल रहे थे होली जब हम बैठे थे घरों में वो झेल रहे थे गोली थी धन्य जवान वो अपनी थी धन्य वो उनकी जवानी जो शहीद हुए हैं उनकी जरा याद करो कुर्बानी ऐ मेरे वतन के लोगों जरा आँख में भर लो पानी जो शहीद हुए हैं उनकी जरा याद करो कुर्बानी जय हिंद की सेना जय हिंद जय हिंद जय हिंद की सेना थैंक यू
India's rich cultural heritage. Indian word for culture is Sanskriti. From time immemorial, Indians have described their culture as human culture or Manav Dharma. It has a universal appeal. The principle of unity in diversity is the implicit law of nature, universe, and life. People belonging to diverse communities, speaking different languages, having different foods, performing different customs harmoniously coexist in India. Thus, the sole of fact that it's an all-embracing confluence of religions, traditions, customs, and beliefs. Over the years, numerous styles of art, architecture, dance, music, painting, festivals, and customs have developed in India, and this wide variety has made the Indian culture unparalleled to which the entire world still looks up to. The cultural heritage of India still flourishes, maintaining its original features together along with the changes, a key indicator of its strength.
Female freedom fighters of India. Rani Lakshmi Bai of Jhansi. Rani Lakshmi Bai of Jhansi was one of the leaders of the First War of Independence and holds her place in history as a fearless warrior and a passionate patriot. After her husband and young son died, she decided to take up arms to fight a new law according to which Jhansi could be annexed into the British Empire. In school, we may have only studied the Rani's valor, but in Jayashree Mishra's Rani, we get to see her feminine side. This book doesn't only focus on the battles she fought, but also her journey as a woman from apprehension she felt as a young bride to the horror she and her fellow Indians were subjected to at the hands of British. Vijaya Lakshmi Pandit. While she may not be as famous as her brother Jawaharlal Nehru, she holds an esteemed place among us those who fought for India's freedom. During the freedom struggle, she actually took part in politics to try and influence the treatment of Indians and was imprisoned by the Raj on three separate occasions. In her autobiography, The Scope of Happiness, not only does she recount these stories, but she also talks about her relationship with her brother, her views on her niece, the polarizing Indira Gandhi, and gives an insight into the life of Mahatma Gandhi. Annie Besant. What makes Annie Besant unique is that she was not an Indian but an English woman who fought for Home Rule. From a young age, she stood out from other English ladies by advocating for taboo subjects such as birth control. In her autobiography, she talks about her move to India, her passion for India becoming a democracy with home rule, and setting up the Central Hindu College in Varanasi. She co created the All India Home Rule League, was arrested for it, and upon her release became the president of Indian National Congress. Aruna Asaf Ali. Aruna Asaf Ali's first tryst with the British was when she actively participated in the Salt Satyagraha and was arrested for her involvement. Upon her release, she took it upon herself to lead the Quit India movement after the English preemptively arrested its major leaders. Soon she became a face of the movement and the strength of female freedom fighters when she withstood bullets being fired at her while raising the flag of the Indian National Congress at the Govalia Tank Maidan. Despite having to go underground to evade an arrest warrant, she continued to edit the Congress monthly magazine Inquilab.
Mahatma Gandhi had dreamed
Mahatma Gandhi had dreamed
of an India
of an India
which is
which is
not only free
not only free
but also clean
but also clean
and developed.
and developed.
Mahatma Gandhi secured
Mahatma Gandhi secured
freedom for Mother India.
freedom for Mother India.
Now it is
Now it is
our duty
our duty
to serve our Mother India
to serve our Mother India
by keeping the country
by keeping the country
neat and clean.
neat and clean.
I take this pledge
I take this pledge
that I will remain
that I will remain
committed towards
committed towards
cleanliness and
cleanliness and
devote time for this.
devote time for this.
I will devote
I will devote
100 hours per year,
100 hours per year,
that is
that is
2 hours per week,
2 hours per week,
to voluntary work for cleanliness.
to voluntarily work for cleanliness.
I will neither litter
I will neither litter
nor let others to litter.
nor let others to litter.
I will initiate
I will
the quest for
request for
cleanliness
cleanliness
with myself,
with myself,
my family,
my family,
my locality,
my village,
my village,
and
workplace.
workplace.
I believe that
I believe that
the countries of the world
the countries of the world
that appear clean
that appear clean
are so because
are so because
Their citizens
their citizens
don't indulge in
don't indulge in
littering nor
littering, or
do they allow it to happen.
do they allow it to happen.
With this firm belief,
With this firm belief,
I will propagate
I will propagate
the message of
the message of
Swachh Bharat Mission
Swachh Bharat mission
in villages and towns.
in villages and towns.
I will encourage
I will encourage
100 other persons
100 other persons
to take this pledge
to take this pledge
which I am taking today.
which I am taking today.
I will endeavor to make them
To make them
devote their
devote their
100 hours of cleanliness.
100 hours of cleanliness.
I am confident that
I am confident that
every step I take
step by
towards cleanliness
towards cleanliness
will help make
and help make
my country clean.
our country clean.
Today is September 2nd. September 2nd has seen many significant events over the years. Let me brief you on some of the historic events that happened on this day. The most important of these being VJ Day, that is, Victory in Japan Day. VJ Day marked the official end of World War II. Even though Japan stopped fighting on August 15, 1945, they signed their unconditional surrender document about the battleship USS Missouri, thereby ending a global war that lasted from 1939 to 1945. The Second World War involved a vast majority of world's countries forming two opposing military alliances, the Allies and the Axis power. It was by far the deadliest conflict in human history, resulting in 70 to 85 million fatalities. On the same day, during the August Revolution, following World War II, Vietnamese communist revolutionary Ho Chi Minh, leader of Viet Minh, declared independence from French Indochina on 2nd September 1945, announcing the creation of Democratic Republic of Vietnam. The Viet Minh, led by communists, was created in 1941 and designed to appeal to a wider population than the Indo-Chinese Communist Party could command. Close to home in India, September 2nd, 1946 saw the formation of the interim government of India headed by Jawaharlal Nehru as the vice president with the powers of prime minister. The interim government was given the task of assisting the transition of British India to independence. It remained in place until 15th August 1947. Fun fact, today is also World Coconut Day.
Hello everyone, my name is Ashlyn Jason Joseph and I am a student of class 12th A. Today, I will be going to say about the most celebrated festival in Kerala, Onam. Onam is the main festival of Kerala. It is held in the Malayalam month Chingam, the first month of the Malayalam calendar. It is to celebrate the once-in-a-year visiting of Mahabali, who a long time ago ruled Kerala and its citizens much better than even the gods. And so, Lord Indra got jealous and asked Lord Vishnu to end the rule of Mahabali. In the end, for the third food, among the three feats which Lord Vishnu asked Mahabali in the form of Vamanan was kept on Mahabali's head, and hence Mahabali was sent to the underworld. After he reached there, Lord Vishnu told that he would grant one wish of him. So Mahabali requested to allow him to visit his people once in a year. And we celebrate Onam to welcome and celebrate this visiting of Mahabali once in a year. We'll be celebrating this by eating sadhya and by making flower carpets in front of our houses to welcome Mahabali to our houses. And this happens on the day of Tiruvonam in the month of Chingam. Hope you all enjoy about the things I have told about Onam, one of the most famous festivals of southern India. Thank you.